Okay, so with the cat and camel, this is the starting point, okay? On all fours, and I would suggest a slight little pulling with the tummy, so a little bit of a transverse contraction. Good, just knees a little bit wider, Phil. Good, just a little bit, okay. Okay, now from here, it's just an articulation exercise. Okay, so what Philippa's gonna do now, she's gonna tip her pelvis back one way, drop the head forward, another way, forward. As she does this, she lifts up like this. So now she's curving her spine this way. So she's opening up her spine. All the vertebrae are going into what we call flexion. They're separating away from each other. And then slowly she's going to come back the other way, lifting the head, tipping the pelvis in the opposite direction. Now she's going into extension. Okay, now very, very important with this is, keep going, Phil, keep going, one and the other. So this is an articulation. What we're not trying to do here, particularly into the extension, I would suggest, we're not trying to go into the full range. We're not trying to go as far as is possible, because what we want to try and do here is just get the joints moving. It's much more about getting evenness and each vertebral level moving, not forcing it to its end of range. That would be the equivalent of measuring, straightening the elbow and trying to hyperextend the elbow. That wouldn't be good for the joint. Same thing here. It's not going to be good for the joints of the spine if you absolutely take them to the absolute end range one way or the other. You're stretching too many ligaments or you're compressing the joints. So about 5 or 6, maybe 7 repetitions of this, and then make it nice and fluid. Keep going till you get to roughly that number, and then you're done. Okay, so for the Superman, it's the same setup as we just did on the cat and camel, on all fours. The slight difference here is obviously we want to set that neutral spine. Okay, so I'm going to use the pole here just to give you an idea. And if you've got a partner with you, this is a really good little tip to do. You put the pole across the back. Okay, Philippa's going to tuck her chin in, so she's looking to the floor, draws the head back, so it's in the back of the head is trying to get some contact with here. Good. Now there's 3 points of contact: back of the head, middle of the back, and then the top of the butt. Okay, so those 3 points of contact. And what you'll see is naturally she's got that little bit of a curve in the lower back, so her lower back now is in that neutral position. That's the key to try and keep here. Okay, so we're going to keep that position. She's now going to do a little pulling with the tummy. Okay, so that transverse muscle pulled in. Excellent, what I feel. So then maintain that position as we are going to, just to start off with, just move, let's just say, one arm at a time. So just move that arm up. Good, try and keep that there, bring that back. Now I'm going to do the left arm, move it up, try and keep everything perfectly still in the spine, and bring it back. And now she's just going to take her leg back, no, just the legs now, Phil. Just the leg back slightly, not too far, just to there, good. And then come back, and then the other leg. Okay, so that's just a basic warm up if you like. And what she's trying to do is keeping her shoulders level and her pelvis level. Okay, so as she's lifting, she's not tipping, not rotating, we're maintaining the AP curve and also the kind of cross section as well, the transverse curve, the amount of rotation. Okay, once you've done that, we can then go to something a little bit more. We can try and go for opposite arm and opposite leg, just slightly. So just going to go forward halfway with each side. Good. And then we're going to swap to the other side. Good. Okay. If you start to feel yourself rocking and rolling and twisting, if you go with this, then go back to the first version. If you're confident though, we can now go into a full. Okay, so let's go to full, straighten both legs and opposite arm, opposite leg, Phil. So straighten her right up to there. Okay, good. So she's just tipping a little bit here. So I would suggest this Philippa comes down a little bit, just avoids that little rotation that she had in the hips. Good. And then the other side. I'm going to hold it there for about a second or two. 1, 2, and back. Now it's up to you. You can alternate sides from left to right, or you can do say 10 repetitions on with this set of arms. So right arm, left leg, and then 10 repetitions on the other side. Or some people like to sort of go round and alternate. Now, if you want something a bit more advanced, what we can now do is, let's just do right arm, left leg, Phil. So she's straightening, and then we can now just hold that position. She's going to come out with both legs, arm and leg, as I'll draw the arm out. Good. Down, in, and up without touching the floor, Phil. Yeah? So out, down, in, and up. Good. So you can see she's struggling a bit more now. This takes much more control over the core. Good. Just rest there for a second. Okay, another option, so as time goes on, as the weeks go on, so tuck the chin in, Phil, tuck the chin, good. We can do a slightly different version now. We can do what's called a donkey kick version. So she's going to straighten the leg, just try this with the leg on its own, and then bent knee. Okay, so she bends her knee and she then goes up like this. Okay, so now she's looking to recruit her glute muscle much more now. Before it's glute and hamstring, now it's really contracting that glute muscle. And then come down. See if you can do that, Phil, and then straighten the opposite arm. So there we go. Okay, so right leg, left arm. Okay, so it's a slightly different variation. You could choose to do that. Might be good to do different versions on different days.